then I ended up working with all of the top guys. So my job was to put guys over, which I didn't mind doing that at all, because you ain't going to beat Randy Savage. You know, you're not going to beat Ricky Steamboat. You're not, that just isn't
Right.
what that position's going to be. But you can have a hell of a match with them. You could screw them one time, they come back and beat you, and then that brings them up a little bit. And that's kind of what it was. And I worked with Doug, and I worked with, all the top guys all over the country, Germany and Italy and, all over. So, but it was getting hard now, because after I worked with all these guys, I got beat by them all. Then I get wins with guys underneath on the card. But then it was getting to the point where the people weren't really booing me, hating me anymore. They were kind of liking me, but you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And working in the ring, when you don't have the response that you want, it makes it tough to work. And I went to Vince and I said, Vince, it's time to turn me babyface. And he says, well, how are we going to do that? And I says, well, let me go steal the belt from Ted DiBiase or something, and do something for the good guys, be like a Robin Hood or something, And he says, no, we're not going to do that. And I said, well, just get until you go, hang in there, kid. So after about another 6 months, I said, Vince, you got to turn me babyface. I'm pulling teeth out here. I can do all the stuff and everything, and then, now it's like I'm in between. And he says, yeah, I'm not going to change your babyface ever. So I said, well, Vince, I'm going to put my notice in then. So that's when I put my notice in. And then he said, I'm really sorry to hear that. And I think he wanted to get rid of me then,
Right.
but he left it up to me, which I've always told him when it was me and him, I said, I don't want to make any money unless I earn it. And when I went in for raises, I would tell him, Vince, I earned this. I need to get paid more. So it was always honesty, and I wanted to get paid for my money. Well, I was no longer working for my money anymore. And that's what I told him. I said, so I'm going to put my notice in. And then that was the end of it. But I really enjoyed working it, because it was kind of like, I was acting. I wasn't Barry Darsow. I wasn't Smash. I wasn't Crusher Crucian. None of those characters. Every character, I really made like I was that guy. I made like I was that Repo Man, sneaking into somebody's place, knocking the window out and stealing the car. I mean, that was what I really took pride in. And I think it came across, a lot of people, I hated that gimmick and everything. Well, it didn't matter if you hated it. I liked it, and I worked hard on doing what I was supposed to do, and I did it, So that's kind of how I felt.
You were definitely all in. You were
Yes.
definitely all into the gimmick, 100%. I'm not asking you dollars and cents, but for the WWF, how does it, like, pay wise? If you're a mid card singles compared to a top tag team, is the pay comparable?
No. When you were the top guy, you were in main event matches. So then they paid you more off of those matches because you were a draw.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing, when you're a tag, they had to split it between, the four wrestlers, a manager or whatever. So you didn't get paid as much as a single in that spot, but you got paid more than the mid-card single guy got. So, when you got a sellout crowd in Madison Square Gardens, I mean, you made some pretty dang good money when you were one of the main events. But, when you're Hulk, you make a lot of money, because Hulk was the guy who drew the money.
Right.
I mean, Hulk was Hulk,